Okay. Everyone, am I audible proper clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
my screen is also clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, okay. Bilal Momin. Okay, so in the last lecture we have discussed the design of crankshaft for the crank position at TDC, and for which we design the shaft, the crank pin, and the web, etc. Right? Today we are discussing case number 2, when design of center crankshaft when the crankshaft is at the angle of maximum torque. Okay, now how should be the approach to design this case? Although the crankshaft is same, mind you, the same crankshaft we are designing, but for the two different conditions. The earlier condition was that when the crankshaft is having TDC is at TDC position, so what are the forces to be generated? So we saw that in that particular situation, in at that particular position, when the crankshaft at TDC, the prominent force was the gas force, and the bending moment was maximum at the central plane of the crank pin, and we found the dimensions of crank pin as well as the web design. Sorry, this web dimensions, considering only bending moment. Now here we are basically talking about a situation where the crankshaft is basically producing maximum torque. Okay, when the crankshaft is producing maximum torque. Now please mind you, uh, throughout the discussion you have to keep in mind that it is the same crankshaft, but we are finding or we are analyzing the crankshaft for the maximum torque condition. That means here, along with the bending moment, the crankshaft is also being considered for the design. That is the only difference. If you remember this point, you will enjoy the different parts, and the understanding of the different parts, like as to how they are designed. Otherwise, okay, there will be little difficulty, but I hope with the proper understanding of this point, you won't find any difficulty. Now to begin with, let me first specify this point. See the last three lines of the slide. The torque is maximum when the tangential component of the force on the crank pin is maximum. The torque will be maximum torque will be generated when the tangential component of the force acting on the crank pin is maximum. Now this condition is basically arises when the when the crankshaft moves a few degree away from the TDC position. So what is that limit? Okay, this limit basically varies from 25 to 40 degree. Okay, generally, so it is demarcated. It is classified in this way for around for 25 to 35 degree for petrol engine and 30 to 40 degree for diesel engine. What do I mean? Okay, for the maximum torque to be generated, okay, the crank angle from TDC should be around 25 to 35. That means when the crankshaft is exactly TDC, you will find that the crankshaft is subjected to maximum bending moment. But when the crankshaft moves TDC by around 25 to 35 degree or 30 to 40 degree away from the TDC, okay, or after TDC, then this kind of condition will be arises. Okay, where when the maximum torque will be produced. I hope this point is clear. And throughout the discussion of this topic, I am going to reiterate this particular point, because okay, you have to always remember that this particular condition is generating torque also in addition to bending moment. I hope this point is clear. So the maximum torque will be generated by the tangential component of the force, okay, which is acting on the crank pin at an angle 25 to 35 degree for petrol engine and 30 to 40 degree for diesel engine after TDC. That means when the combustion has already initiated and the piston has traveled by around 25 to 40 degree, okay, after TDC. I hope this point is clear. So this is a kind of a disclaimer, okay, in order to understand this particular topic. All right, boys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now let's look at this particular figure. Okay, here some notations I have used: PP, PQ. This is PQ, etc., etc. So let me first of all call PP as the force acting on the piston, which is nothing but the gas force. So the gas force is calculated as pi by 4 d square into gas pressure. Okay, so P dash is gas pressure. Okay, for the maximum torque condition. Mind you, earlier we used to use directly P or P max, but now we are saying P dash. It is the same phenomena, but mind you, the maximum gas pressure is produced a few degree after TDC. That is why I am taking this as P dash. D is the diameter of piston. Okay, D is the diameter of piston. Therefore, PP is equal to pi by 4 d square into P dash. Right? Now, look at the trigonometry of this triangle. Okay, when I draw a perpendicular from here, I will find that the sine of this angle would be equal to this opposite side divided by this AP, or you can say in the form of P, this thing. Sine phi is equal to, let us call this as AC, suppose. So it is AC upon PP, or you can call this as PQ. Sorry, this is called as PQ. PQ is nothing but the force generated in the connecting rod. Also, you have sine of theta, that is crank angle, is equal to AC upon PR, opposite side upon. Okay, both the sides are equal to. Acha. First of all, let me talk about the geometry of this. Okay, in the form of the length. Okay. Okay, so if you look at this part, the length of, let's say that this point is P for example. So this is AP and this is AO. Certainly, in both the terms, AC is common. So I'm equating equation number 1 and equation number 2. So I'm going to get sine phi into, now AP is nothing but length of connecting rod, so it is L, is equal to sine theta into AO is R. Therefore, I have L by R ratio is equal to sine theta by sine phi. Right? So this equation is come. बराबर ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ.
सर आज का लेक्चर ये जीमेल पे है ना, ये
हाँ?
जो चल रहा है इंटरफेस जो है वो,
हाँ सॉरी,
जीमेल का इंटरफेस है ना ये?
हाँ
तो सर आज का जो लेक्चर है वो जीमेल गूगल मीट पे मेरा इंटरफेस अलग दिख रहा है इसलिए जी.
समझा नहीं मैं.
ओके ओके.
गूगल मीट
मेरा जो इंटरफेस है ना वो अलग दिख रहा है.
नहीं समझा मैं, क्योंकि मैं हमेशा जिस पे लेता हूं उस पे ले रहा हूं.
सो जी अभी जीमेल में गूगल मीट आया है, लाइक नया अपडेट आया है जीमेल में,
दैट
तो
इज द न्यू अपडेट. आई नो. हां करेक्ट, बराबर, दैट इज द न्यू अपडेट फ्रॉम गूगल.
ओके. अच्छा.
नहीं, लेकिन मैंने जो एंट्री जो किया है, मैंने जो ओपन किया है, इट इज विद कन्वेंशनल वे ओनली, द वे आई यूज. वो तो नया फीचर अभी लोगों ने इनकॉर्पोरेट किया है. आप अभी गूगल मीट जीमेल से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, चलिए, ये आपको समझ में आया? So now with this information, now I have L by
Yes, sir. Yes,
R
sir.
is nothing but the important term, which is the ratio of length of connecting rod to crank radius, and theta apna phi is the angle of inclination of the connecting rod with the line of TDC, whereas theta is the angle of inclination of crank with the line of TDC. So theta and phi are nothing but the inclination of the connecting rod and the inclination of the crankshaft respectively, whereas L by R ratio is the ratio of length of connecting rod to the crank radius. इतना समझ में आया? अभी इसमें सबसे जो इंपॉर्टेंट का बात है वो ये, if you understood, I will erase all this information here. ठीक है? और किसी को अगर स्नैप लेना तो फटाफट इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो. Done? Now next.
Yes, sir.
So what I am saying, just now I have explained the ratio of sine theta by sine phi is L by R. Now, also, if I consider the trigonometry, for example, here the side force, what is acting here, and if I take the force here as, for example, PP, in the previous topic also we have seen that the force acting on the connecting rod is almost same as the force PP, correct? But trigonometrically this is going to be cos of phi is equal to adjacent side to hypotenuse. Therefore you have PP is equal to cos phi times of PQ. Okay, this relation we have already understood. Or we can write PQ is equal to PP by cos phi, right? Now see, this angle is very, very small. Okay, for around 2 to 3 degree, for around 2 to 3 degree, you are going to have the value of cos phi very, very small. Therefore, okay, it can be approximately taken as one value. Okay, hence we have proved that PQ and PP will be same. By the way, now when this force is extended here, see, this is the crank pin where the force is acting. Now when the crankshaft rotates a few degree, that means around 25 to 40 degree after TDC, this force is going to have two considerable effect. One in the form of the radial effect, or in the form of radial force, and one is basically the tangential component in the form of tangential force. So about this particular angle, okay, which is varying between 25 to 35 degree or 30 to 40 degree for petrol and diesel respectively. Okay, so PT into R is going to produce considerable torque. Okay, PT into R is going to produce considerable torque. So that means what we have done, if we take, abhi jaise ki see here, according to the geometry of this, the sum of the two remote angle will be equal to this angle. That is why I have this angle OA, and suppose B is equal to theta plus phi. Now when I resolve this force PP about radial and about the tangential direction, I am going to have PR. I am going to have PR and PP found in what way? In some like this form. Okay, so this is first, I have already explained. Now the PT sine of theta plus phi is equal to PT upon PQ. Okay, this is opposite side upon hypotenuse. Similarly, this is going to be adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So you are going to have cos of theta plus phi is equal to PR upon PQ. Okay, so this is basically the rearranged form of the two equation here. Done. It means if I know the force PQ, I would be able to find out the tangential component and the radial component of this force PQ. Now why I'm doing so? Because I just told you that at a given angle here, at certain angle, okay, around 25 to 40 degree, the tangential component is going to play very important role, because it is going to exert, okay, large amount of torque, right? So let's go ahead and see how the forces will now look like. So now, because of the force PQ, now I'm going to analyze the crankshaft for a maximum torque condition because of the force PQ, because of the weight of the flywheel W, and because of the total tension P1 plus P2, right? Mind you, this force PQ has now two components, PR and PT. PR, the radial component, is going to exert bending moment, whereas the tangential component PT, so this PT multiplied by the radius is going to exert torque, okay, on the shaft. Okay, therefore I always have to consider the radial component and tangential component in designing the different elements of this crankshaft. Okay, so the rest of the thing remaining same. In what way? I am saying, let us assume the crank radius is R. Now B1 and B2 are assumed as B1 and B2 are assumed as B by 2, which is equal to 2D, right now? Also,
Yes, sir.
for the sake of convenience, we will assume that C1 and C2 will also be same, which can be again assumed as C by 2. Okay. By the way, this discussion is this discussion can be used later on, but to begin with, let us find out the reaction at point number 1, at point number 2, and at point number 3. What are these two? This 3 point, gentlemen. These are the 3 points where the bearing, where the shaft is supported. Okay, so starting with number 1. First, you consider the radial component. To this radial component, I am going to have the reaction. Mind you, once again, this is the case of indeterminate beam. I am considering each case separately. First of all, I am considering PR. Then at point number 1 and 2, I am finding the reaction. I'll be considering PT. Then I'll be finding the reactions horizontally at point 1 and 2. After doing this, I'll move on to the next point 2 and 3 like this, and then I'll find out the remaining. By the way, let's consider PR. To this force PR, the reaction here is R1V and R2V. Okay. And you know very well how to find this, because this force PR is assumed to be acting at the central plane. That is why I told you in the last discussion that R1V should be equal to the inverse proportion of the distance. That is why B2 by B times PR, whereas R2V should be equal to B1 by B times of PR. Is it all right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
बराबर है ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर नहीं समझा.
कौन है ये? मुनीबा.
यस सर.
हाँ मुनीबा, सी व्हाट आई एम सेइंग बेटा, हम लोग ने सॉम पढ़ा था, सॉम स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल.
यस सर.
See, this is a simply supported beam with the force PR at the mid span. If this is B1 and if this is B2, this is reaction 1 and the reaction 2. Then how do you find this? Okay, considering the summation of moment at point 1 and point 2. कैसे करेंगे? Considering the summation of moment at point 1 to be equal to 0, you have PR into B1 in the clockwise direction is equal to R2V into B, okay, in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, you have R2V is equal to B1 upon B times of PR. बराबर है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, similarly, you can, if you want, you can subtract by the second condition of equilibrium, or otherwise you can directly write R1V is equal to the inverse ratio of B2 by B times PR. Is it okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
हार्दिक पोद्दार आहे का जागेवर?
Yes, sir.
क्षितिज यादव आहे का हार्दिक?
सर माहित नाही सर.
अरे तुझा मी तू स्पोक पर्सन आहे ना त्याचा.
सर तो बोललेला त्याच्या इकडे लाईटचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे.
अच्छा, नाही पण आता सध्या आहे की ना तू जागेवर, कारण तो आधी सोडून गेलेला.
नाही माहित.
अच्छा अच्छा, गुड. Anyway, are you understanding this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So this way PR हो गया, PR का reaction हो गया R1V and R2V. Now let us consider PT. PT is acting outward, then the reaction at this point would be R1H and R2H. Very similarly, okay, तो इसके लिए हम लोग क्या करेंगे, टॉप व्यू में देखेंगे. टॉप व्यू में it will look something like this. Okay, the force is acting this way. This is P, T, and the reaction are like R1H and R2H like this, and I have the distances B1 and B2. Parat ka Muniba, once again I am considering the same discussion with the same analogy. I can find out, अगर आपको R2 मालूम करना है तो R2H would be B1 upon B times of PT, because it is the inverse proportion. जर तुम्हाला R2 काढायचा असेल तर तुम्ही B1 चा रेशो घ्यायचा, B1 by B चा रेशो घ्यायचा, आणि जर तुम्हाला R1 काढायचा असेल तर B2 by B चा रेशो घ्यायचा. Is it okay, guys? So this way I found R1H and R2H. So this section is over now. The two forces and their reactions are calculated. Now let us move on to bearing number 2 and 3. But I am considering the weight of the flywheel W. It is acting vertically downward. So its reaction are found to be R2-V and R3-V. Same thing. I am going to find out the reactions in the same fashion. For example, मेरे को कौन बताएगा? मोहसिन बख्श R2-V कैसा काढायचं सांगा का?
यस सर.
हेलो बेटा, कैसे करते हैं
सर? C2 by C1
C2 by C times
C2 by
W
C into W.
very good, and R3-V is equal to इरम पठान. इरम है आज? नहीं है? चलो ठीक है. क्वेश्चन क्षितिज यादव.
Yes, sir.
हाँ क्षितिज, प्लीज टेल मी द फॉर्मूला बेटा. ओके, मोहित चुलावाला.
Yes, sir.
प्लीज गो ऑन बेटा,
sir,
फटाफट फॉर्मूला बोलेगा.
C1 by C into W.
C1 by C times W. That's it. Wonderful. ठीक है. This is done. So we found R2-V and R3-V. Similarly, when you're considering the last force, the belt tension outward like this, we have the reaction as R2-H and R3-H. Okay. So, Tehbani Talha, bolo. How will you find R2-H? Tehbani Talha.
Yes, sir.
बोला ना साहेब, तुम्ही लवकर बोला.
C2 by C into P1 plus P2.
Very good. Okay, similarly R3 dash H is equal to, कौन बोलेगा? पाटिल, संकेत पाटिल. ओमकार पाटिल.
सर C1 by C into P1 plus P2. हेलो.
Yes, yes, you are right. ठीक है. So after understanding this, we can draw the force analysis diagram. Okay, this is again an important part. So either this particular force analysis will be asked or the earlier force analysis will be asked. You are all expected to draw the force analysis diagram. Okay, अभी आज हम लोग टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करते हैं. ये डायग्राम आपका होमवर्क है. आप मुझे बना के गूगल क्लासरूम में आप मुझे अपलोड करोगे आज शाम तक. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
हाँ, तो this is the homework. Mind you, this is the homework. इसका फोर्स एनालिसिस बिना देखे ड्रॉ करके मुझे गूगल क्लासरूम में अपलोड करोगे. एंड नॉट एट योर लीजर टाइम. You have to submit it today only because many people are submitting assignment even no yesterday also, which is not acceptable. ठीक है? तो टाइम बाउंड होना चाहिए हर चीज. ठीक है?
सर वो ऐड वाला फाइल का अपलोड करने का.
कौन फात पूछ रहा है?
सर मैं हार्दिक.
हार्दिक, हाँ, तुला काय विचारायचं आहे?
सर ती कॅड वाली फाईल कुठे अपलोड करायची आहे?
तुम्ही पीडीएफ मध्ये कन्वर्ट करून तिथेच करा तुमचं असाइनमेंट बरोबर.
हा सर ते दोन वेळा ऑप्शन आहे असाइनमेंटचा. तर एकात मी रिटर्न असाइनमेंट दिला आणि एकात कॅट टाकलंय.
नहीं बेटा, वैसा नहीं है. वो क्या हो गया, वो जो फर्स्ट असाइनमेंट जो मैंने अपलोड किया था ना, तो उसमें कुछ एरर आ गया था ना उसमें असाइनमेंट में. सो आई ट्राई टू री अपलोड इट. ठीक है?
सर तो मैंने फर्स्ट वाले में सबमिट किया था पहले.
हाँ चलो कोई बात नहीं, तो फर्स्ट वाले में सबमिट करो. इसका थंब रूल ऐसा बनाओ कि भाई मैंने आपकी कन्वीनियंस के लिए, क्योंकि किसी ने मुझे बताया था कि उसमें कुछ एरर बता रहा है, कुछ सही से टाइप नहीं हुआ है. तो मैंने वापस से अपलोड किया था. एनीवे, आपने जैसा फर्स्ट अपलोड किया है ना असाइनमेंट, सेम लिंक पे वो भी अपलोड करो. देयर आर नो टू डिफरेंट लिंक्स.
ओके सर.
ठीक है, चलो. एनीबॉडी एल्स, एनी कंफ्यूजन? हाँ जी
सर वो असाइनमेंट मतलब पहले कैड मॉडल नहीं था तो हम लोग ने रिटर्न कर दिए है. तो सर अभी जब कैड मॉडल बन जाएगा तो सर उसके साथ वापस अटैच करके रिटर्न सबमिट कर सकते हैं सर.
हाँ ना सर, अभी वो फहद ने किया ना, सैयद फहद ने किया ना, ऐसे आप लोग भी करो.
हाँ.
ठीक है, और कुछ कंफ्यूजन?
सर बट वो फिर लेट सबमिट बता रहा है, उसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं ना?
अरे सर, आप उसकी चिंता मत करो. वो देखने के लिए मुझे मालूम है किसने कितना ईमानदारी से, कितना ऑनेस्टली काम किया है. सी, यू रिमेंबर ओनली वन थिंग, यू हैव टू बी प्रोफेशनल इन योर अप्रोच. तुम शेंडी लगाने का काम करेगा तो वो समझ में आता है. आपने प्रोफेशनली ऑनेस्टली अगर काम किया है तो उसकी चिंता आपको करने की जरूरत नहीं है. यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट दैट. ठीक है
सर? ओके सर.
हाँ, अभी हम लोग हमारे कोर्स के लास्ट ईयर में है. हम लोग ने बहुत कुछ सीखा, लेकिन साथ साथ में थोड़ा सा एक प्रोफेशनल ऑनेस्टी भी सीखना चाहिए. तो ये अभी हम लोग सब तो एक दूसरे को तो देख भी नहीं पा रहे हैं ना, लेकिन अभी हम लोग का जो भी बात हो रहा है किस पे हो रहा है, जबान पे. मतलब बॉम्बे में एक बहुत कॉमन कहावत है, मुहावरा है कि भाई जबान पे बात चलती है, जबान पे काम चलता है. तो यहाँ पर भी जबान पे और ट्रस्ट पे बात चल रही है ना. ठीक है नहीं?
हाँ सर.
हाँ, तो इसीलिए हर काम क्या होता है मालूम है? देखो ये कैसे अप्रोच है कि भाई कोई देख रहा नहीं देख रहा, भगवान तो देख रहा है ना कि आप क्या कर रहे हो, आपका इंटेंशन कैसा है. तो इसीलिए हर काम प्रोफेशनली करने का, ऑनेस्टली करने का, बाकी सब भगवान पे छोड़ देने का. चलो ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं. तो ये वाला आपका होमवर्क है. ये मुझे शाम को अच्छा सा 3D डायग्राम बना के आइसोमेट्रिक में आप मुझे फोर्स एनालिसिस बना के अपलोड करोगे. ठीक है? चलो नेक्स्ट. उसके बाद we have already discussed this. Okay, as per the design procedure, we will be finding the reactions. So this is the step number 1, wherein we will be finding the bearing reactions. So see, this way I have found R1V, R2V, R1H, R2H. Done?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, खाली आपको इतना याद रखना कि R1V और R2V किसका किसका रिएक्शन है? रेडियल कंपोनेंट का। R2H R1H किसका रिएक्शन है? टेंजेंशियल कंपोनेंट का। बस ये दो याद रखना, वहां पर खाली एक कंपोनेंट का, द रेडियल कंपोनेंट, और यहाँ पर दो है, यहाँ पर जय और वीरू दो हैं, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर दोनों लोग मिलके पूरा मतलब क्रैंक को घुमाने वाले हैं, तो यहाँ पर इस बात का ध्यान रखना है आपको खाली, ठीक है। सो बेरिंग रिएक्शंस, देन further when you are finding the reaction of the flywheel weight, it is to be found in terms of number 5, number 6. This is equation number 1, equation number 2, equation number 3, equation number 4. ठीक है, this is 5, 6. Similarly, this is 7 and 8. Next, after finding all the component force in the form of R1V, R2V, R2-V, R3-V, etc., we found very clearly here that point number 2 is critically loaded. Point number 2 is critically loaded, isn't it? Here you have 2 vertical forces, 2 horizontal forces. Okay, that is why we found that point number 2 is critically loaded. Okay, so ये I may be asking you in the oral exam, okay, for the subject. So this way we found that R1V is the summation of vertical plus horizontal square. This is the addition of 2 vertical and addition of 2 horizontal square, and this is horizontal and vertical ka square. Any clarification required here, or shall we go ahead?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, very good. Now let's find
Excuse me, sir.
number 2. Dimensions of the crank pin. See now, because this crank pin is subjected to the radial component as well as the tangential component. Okay, the tangential component is basically causing the torque, okay, whereas the radial component is causing the bending moment. That means this time this crank pin would not be designed by simply considering the bending moment. This crank pin would be designed considering what I'm saying, this time this crank pin is subjected to radial component, which is going to induce bending moment, as well as the tangential component, which is going to induce the torque. Okay, so what is the torque produced? The torque produced by the main force PT about this particular shaft is PT into R, force into radius. On the contrary, if you consider the reaction of this force as R1H, so R1H into R is going to produce the torque on the crank pin. That is why when I'm considering the bending moment, I'm considering in the central plane R1V into, R1V into B1 as the bending moment, because it is same as like this. Shit. This is the central plane of the crank pin. This is R1V, and you know that whenever a simply supported beam is subjected to a central point load, the bending moment is maximum at the central plane here. That is why I am going to have this bending moment calculated as R1V into B1. So that is why it is this. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Similarly, when I'm considering the torque applied on the crank pin, the torque applied would be the tangential component of this reaction multiplied by R. So R1H into R is going to produce the torque. So here the torque is equal to R1H into R. Okay, because this force is going to have the reactive torque R1H into R. Therefore, my equation would be according to the principal theory of failure. According to the principal theory of failure, I'm using the maximum shear stress theory, saying that the equivalent torque is equal to pi by 16 into d cube into tau. So from this equation, I'm going to find out the diameter of crank pin. Is it okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
बराबर है. सर्वांनी जरा मला रिस्पॉन्स करा.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shabash. So first point is clear. Now, once again, as discussed earlier, एक बार आपको बेंडिंग कंसिडरेशन से या फिर मैक्सिमम शेयर स्ट्रेस कंसिडरेशन से आपको डीसी मिल गया, तो लेंथ मालूम करने के लिए आप क्या करोगे? डैश 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 बोलो, क्या करता है तुम लोग?
Bearing consideration.
Very good, Vedant. Shabash. Very good. You are using bearing consideration. So by bearing consideration, you can have the bearing force. Bearing force PQ is equal to bearing pressure into bearing area. What is bearing area? LC into DC. DC आपको पता चल चुका है. Now there are two approach. Either using the allowable value of bearing pressure, you find out LC, or using the ratio LC by DC as 1.25 to 1.5, you can substitute this, find out LC and find out verify the PB ka value. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, shabash. Shabash. So let's go ahead. Muniba? Muniba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Understood, beta?
Yes, sir.
Ahmed Dhakwala? Ahmed Dhakwala? Afham Sheikh? Ansari Nazim from Bhiwandi? Ansari Nazim?
सर
हाँ जी.
सर ये जो आज आप टॉपिक पढ़ा रहे हैं ना, उसमें थोड़ा थोड़ा नहीं समझ में आ रहा.
अरे बेटा तुम पूछो ना मुझसे, मैं सबका नाम इंडिविजुअल नाम ले लेके पूछ रहा हूँ. Why don't you like interrupt and ask the doubts? मैं सबका नाम ले लेके पूछ रहा हूँ, है कि नहीं?
यस सर.
हाँ तो फिर आपका डाउट पूछो ना मुझसे, क्या नहीं समझ में आ रहा है?
सर वो तो स्टार्टिंग में आपने क्रैंकशाफ्ट का एंगल बताया था डीजल और पेट्रोल इंजन के लिए.
क्या क्या?
डीजल और पेट्रोल इंजन के लिए जो आपने क्रैंकशाफ्ट का एंगल बताए थे ना,
हाँ.
तो वो एंगल नहीं समझा था. वो एंगल क्या?
अच्छा, एंगल नहीं समझा था.
हाँ.
Okay, let me clarify. First of all, this topic is already taught you in theory of machine 1 and theory of machine 2. Okay, वो था ना अपना inertia forces of the reciprocating parts. उस टॉपिक में ये टॉपिक ऑलरेडी डिस्कस हो चुका है 4th सेमेस्टर में. I am just touching up this just to refresh you. Understand? ये ऑलरेडी हो चुका है. अच्छा, मुनीबा के साथ साथ किसी और को प्रॉब्लम है क्या? जल्दी जल्दी बोलो, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है.
हाँ सर, वापस एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए वो.
हाँ वेदांत क्या बोला
वापस
बेटा?
एक बार थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर, वापस एक बार थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए.
कौन सा वाला पार्ट? वो सेम वाला एनालिसिस?
हाँ हाँ वो
So सबसे स्टार्ट वाला.
ये वाला? ये वाला ना?
Yes sir.
अच्छा, no, not a problem. See, ये आपको समझ में आया this part? Now what I'm saying, already here the force PQ is induced, that I have already told you here in the form of this particular relation. Okay, with the help of this relation, connecting rod में ही हम लोग ने ये define किया था, PQ is equal to PP by cos phi. How? Something like this, because in this triangle, if you are taking the cos of phi is equal to, because this is the force acting here, this is the force acting here in the form of PP. So this is adjacent side upon hypotenuse. Okay, therefore I have hypotenuse is equal to PP by cos phi. ये फर्स्ट वाला पार्ट ये क्लियर हो गया है ना, ये वाला पार्ट, राइट? Now what I'm saying, the sum of the two interior angle will be equal to this exterior angle. Geometry. The
Yes,
sum of
sir.
the two,
Yes,
the sum
sir,
of
yes,
two
sir.
remote angle, the sum of two remote interior angle will be equal to this exterior angle. What do I mean? I mean that in the triangle, for example, in the triangle OPA, the two remote interior angle are theta and phi, and this component is basically the force. This is the force acting at the crank pin. So the angle made by the force here is theta plus phi. Okay, so according to the one of the law of the this triangle of geometry, geometry of triangle, you have the sum of two remote interior angle is equal to the exterior angle. है कि नहीं? So
Yes,
that
sir,
is
yes,
why this angle is theta plus phi. अभी मैंने क्या किया, इसको मैंने जो भी इसका एंगल था phi, उसका मैंने इसको परपेंडिकुलर और टेंजेंशियल मैंने इसको ड्रॉ किया. तो ओके, सो दिस हैज फॉर्म द ट्रायंगल A B and suppose D. In this triangle I have, for example, sin theta plus phi is equal to opposite side. Now इस triangle का opposite side कौन सा है? PT है. So this is PT upon PQ, because PQ for this triangle is the hypotenuse. Therefore I get PT is equal to PQ times sin theta plus phi. Similarly, the radial component PR, or rather I can say here, और थोड़ा सा सिंपल करके बताते हैं. So this will be cos of theta plus phi is equal to PR, okay, adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Therefore you have PR is equal to PQ times cos of theta plus phi. इस प्रकार से मुझे ये इक्वेशन नंबर 1 यहां से मिला, ये इक्वेशन नंबर 2 यहां से मिला. ये मैं क्यों कर रहा हूं? बिकॉज मुझे अभी तक सिर्फ मुझे PQ का मैग्नीट्यूड मुझे पता था, PQ का मुझे मैग्नीट्यूड पता था. अभी मुझे इफ आई वांट टू नो द PR एंड PT का मैग्नीट्यूड, which are going to play important role at the later stage of the analysis, that is why I am finding this as PT and PR. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Done ना? मुनीबा,
यस सर, समझा.
तुम कितने इंटेलिजेंट हो. मुझे मतलब ऐसे लगता है कि कभी कभी लाइक व्हाई यू आस्क मी so small question. You should ask me some other kind of conceptual problems. By the way, Ayman Iftikhar, Ayman अदाला की रहे आज. अच्छा, मोइज हो गया. मोइन रजा,
Yes, sir.
अंडरस्टूड बेटा?
Yes, sir.
रिजवान,
यस सर समझा।
शाद दलवी है क्या? शाद दलवी। अच्छा, साद अंसारी।
यस सर।
अंडरस्टूड बेटा?
यस सर।
ओके, शादाब शेख। शादाब शेख। तेजस।
यस सर।
ओमकार येवले।
यस सर।
श्रीकांत कड़तरे। श्रीकांत कड़तरे जागेवर आहे की रिसेस टाइम म्हणून गेला बाहेर? चलो ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. बिलाल कुरैशी.
यस सर.
अंडरस्टूड.
यस सर.
तुम्हारे दो दोस्त किधर है? जफीर और दूसरा किधर है? अंसारी.
प्रेजेंट सर.
जफीर और दूसरा कौन है? तीसरा ठीक है, चलो कोई बात नहीं. तो लेट्स गो अहेड. समझ में आया ना अभी? ओके, वाई टू कैलकुलेट पीआर, वाई टू कैलकुलेट पीआर एंड पीटी लाइक दैट. ठीक है. ओके फाइन. Okay, now let's consider step number 3. जफर हाशमी, अभी तक माइक बनाया कि नहीं तुम्हारा?
बन गया.
Okay. Next component is designing shaft under flywheel. Okay, you mean to say designing of this shaft. Okay, now who will tell me what are the forces acting here? Just analyze
torsional
W
and
P1 and
mind you, we are considering the torque also. That is why this shaft is subjected to bending moment because of either R3-V or R2-V, correct? And it is also subjected to torque. Why torque? Because see, when the force PT is applied, it is going to induce torque on the shaft, isn't it? Isn't it?
yes.
Therefore,
Yes, sir.
therefore, okay, once again considering the shaft between point number 2 and 3, here I am going to have, this is the center plane, this is the distance C2, this is the distance C1, okay, and this is the center plane. So at the center plane, the shaft is going to be subjected to maximum moment, something like this. Okay, here I have used R3. R3 is the resultant force. ठीक है, R3 is the resultant force. लेकिन मैं क्या करता हूँ? In order to make my understanding little bit elaborative, I'm doing this calculation in the 2 step. कैसे? मैं पहले I'll be finding first R3-V and I'll find out the moment because of this. So moment MBV due to vertical force is equal to R3-V times C2. This is a vertical moment. Similarly, I have MBH is equal to R3-H into C2. Is it okay? Is it all right? This way, I am going to get my MB is equal to root of MBV square plus MBH square. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Is it all right?
Yes, sir.
Done na? Pranav Sawant?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Acha, so it is up to you because in the previous steps here, you have already calculated R3 here. If you want, you can directly calculate the bending moment in the form of net moment as R3 into C2, or if you want to maintain the consistency, आप क्या कर सकते हो? You can find out the vertical moment, you can find out the horizontal moment, and then you can find out the resultant moment like this. जो हम लोग ने machine design में किया था, MD1 में किया था. Done. Now next,
Yes, sir.
in addition to this bending moment at the central plane, the torque is also being is applied by the tangential force PT. So PT into R, this R is also going to be applied here. So PT into R is the torque. That is where the torque is given by PT into R. Now since this component is subjected to combined bending and twisting moment, that is why we will be using principal stress, maximum shear stress theory, principal theory of failure. Okay, so that is why I can find the shaft diameter by this formula.
Yes, sir.
Is it all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
कोणाला काही confusion असेल तर मला सांगा, मला विचारा. If anyone having doubt, please ask me.
Excuse me, sir.
Who is this?
Sir, Danish.
Danish. हाँ बोलो Danish.
Sir, why we have considered the maximum torque? Why not maximum power?
Maximum?
Power.
Maximum. See, it is the torque which is considered for the power delivery, power transmission. So you have 2 pi nt. Okay, and you know that the maximum power is achieved, maximum torque is achieved at certain speed. Okay, so torque is the criteria is considered the criteria for the design.
But sir,
it is the torque.
जब ग्राफ देखते हैं हम लोग टॉर्क और पावर का, तो दोनों की मैक्सिमम कंडीशन डिफरेंट रहती है ना.
हाँ राइट.
तो फिर मैक्सिमम पावर का भी एक कंडीशन होनी चाहिए थी ना.
See here, see अभी यहाँ पर अगर मैं इसको भी मैं जब मशीन डिजाइन के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात कर रहा हूँ, अगर मैं मैक्सिमम पावर के लिए भी डिजाइन करूंगा तो मैक्सिमम पावर मैंने कब देखा, मैक्सिमम पावर भी उसी वक्त प्रोड्यूस होता है टीडीसी से कुछ डिग्री बाद में. मैक्सिमम power is not produced at the TDC itself. The maximum power, the maximum combustion or the complete combustion takes place, okay, a few degree after TDC. So even if I'm like, suppose if I'm going that way, then I have T expressed as 60p. Okay, suppose even if I'm considering the maximum power condition, it is going to be 2 pi n. Okay, so I can find out the torque because मेरा जो consideration है, मेरे को ये देखना है कि यहाँ पर शाफ्ट कितना रिजिड चाहिए इस टॉर्क को कैरी करने के लिए. Okay, so that is why even if what you are saying कि maximum power, so maximum power is basically dependent on the maximum torque, right now. Hello. So P is 60p. Once I am able to find out the torque, I am basically utilizing here. So this is basically the point at which the maximum torque is assumed to be exerted by this component.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Who is this?
Sir, Pranav.
हाँ प्रणव बोलो.
सर वो ds क्यूब का तो हम लोग जब ये d कैलकुलेट करते हैं तो सर 3/5 तो चाहिए तो क्या आया था इधर 32/5 क्यों नहीं आया मतलब हम लोग जब ये मोमेंट के लिए I कैलकुलेट करते तो pi/32 d क्यूब रहता था.
Pranav, your noise. I mean, lot of noise is coming and your voice is breaking.
सर वो ds क्यूब के फॉर्मूला में 16/5 टर्म कैसे आया वो पूछ रहा था मैं.
हाँ.
सर वो पूछ रहा है कि ds स्क्वायर में 16/pi टाउ कैसे आया वो तो.
अरे ये सब तो मशीन डिजाइन में किया ना हम लोग ने यार.
फिर वो प्रिंसिपल थ्योरी.
हाँ लिखा ना मैंने प्रिंसिपल थ्योरी. अरे यार ऐसा मत करो प्लीज. दिस इज T is equal to pi/16 d क्यूब. ये फॉर्मूला याद आया मशीन डिजाइन का. सॉम का फॉर्मूला याद आया. pi/16 d क्यूब इंटू टाउ. फॉर्मूला याद आया क्या?
Yes, sir.
So that's it. D cube is equal to 16t by pi into tau, where this t is the equivalent torque. That is why I am writing this as 16/pi times tau into m square plus t square, because this is the equivalent torque. This shaft is designed considering combined twisting and bending moment. ये वाला formula. Who asked this question? Is it all right?
यस सर प्रणव पूछ रहा था सर ये.
हाँ ये समझ में आया क्या प्रणव अभी?
हाँ सर उसने चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट किया.
अच्छा चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट किया. अच्छा अच्छा.
सर.
हाँ जी.
सर पावर जब मैक्सिमम टॉर्क रहेगा तभी मैक्सिमम पावर रहेगा ना. हेलो हेलो सर. हेलो सर.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's go ahead with step number 4. See, because of the combined torque and the bending moment, this junction where the shaft is connected to the web is critical. That is why, in addition to finding the shaft under flywheel, we also try to find out the diameter of the shaft at the junction of web here at this particular point. So that is what shaft under flywheel at the juncture of right hand crank web here, this particular point. Okay, now please analyze. If you consider the section about this particular point, which is the junction, so to the right of it there are 3 forces. Okay, there are rather 1, 2, 3, 4 forces, and here there are 2 forces. So what we do, we will be analyzing this part of the diagram to design the shaft under flywheel. See, this part, this junction is subjected to bending moment because of the radial component as well as R1V. It is also subjected to horizontal component because of and a horizontal bending moment because of R1H, okay, as well as PT, and it is also subjected to twisting moment. That means it is going to be subjected to twisting moment of PT into R, right? So what we are going to do now, in order to find out the diameter, it is first of all understood that there will be this particular section will be subjected to bending moment because of the vertical force, because of the horizontal force, as well as because of the torque. Okay, it will be subjected to shearing stress. Correct? So let us say MBV is the bending moment in the vertical plane, MBH is the bending moment in the horizontal plane, and T, or rather MT, would be the torque. Okay, and let us say the diameter of the shaft at this particular point is the DS1, which is the shaft at the junction of right hand crank web. Okay, so considering this, let us find out MBV. MBV is equal to R1V, this force, multiplied by this distance. Okay, how much is this distance? This should be equal to because this is the center plane of the connecting rod. This is LC by 2, and this is the half thickness, because I am saying the junction, because this shaft is assumed, although it might be welded here, but it is because it is forged. That is why, okay, ideally this should be extended up to the center plane of the web. Okay, that is why this half would be T by 2, right? Now when I'm finding the moment because of the R1V, this should be force multiplied by B1 plus LC by 2 plus T by 2, the first term. Agree? This is going to cause clockwise moment. The anti-clockwise moment caused by PR is equal to PR into LC by 2 plus T by 2, only because it is acting at the center plane. That is why the net vertical moment would be nothing but this particular term. Agree?
Yes, sir.
यस सर.
और खाली 2 रिस्पॉन्स आया और बाकी का रिस्पॉन्स
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके.
यस सर.
हाँ, good. Next. Now consider the top view. Considering top view, you have assume करो top view में देखो everything is same. R1H into B1 plus LC by 2 plus T by 2 the first term. Top view, assume top view. So R1H मतलब क्या? If the vertical forces are trying to cause the moment in this vertical plane, the horizontal top view में it is going to cause the same way, okay, like this and like this. So if R1H in the top view is causing clockwise moment, PT would cause anti-clockwise moment about this point. PT into LC by 2 plus T by 2 would cause anti-clockwise moment. That is why R1H into this term minus PT into this term anti-clockwise. So this is how you're calculating the net vertical moment and net horizontal moment. All right. Then in addition to this, because the shaft is also carrying this tangential component and because of which the shaft is rotating, therefore PT into R is the torque. Okay. So once you have calculated the vertical moment and the horizontal moment, the net moment MB can be calculated as the root of MBV square plus MBH square. Okay, so MB,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
MB is known to you, torque is known to you. So Pranav Sawant, पुन्हा एकदा बघाओ, using principal theory of failure. So from this formula, you will be able to find out the diameter of shaft at the junction of web. At the juncture of web. ठीक है?
Yes sir.
I'm giving you 5 minutes break. How much? What is the time here?
12:26.
Okay, so please go through this formula up to here, then we will go ahead. यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आया ना, मुनीबा?
हाँ सर, समझा.
Very good. Before going ahead, please understand this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start. After I need this diagram again. सर जर मला इकडे सोडून जावं मला जाऊ द्या ना घर. Okay, shall we start boys?
Yes, sir.
चलो ठीक है. अभी तक सब कुछ समझ में आया ना बाबा? ये लास्ट अपना लेक्चर है इस पे. बाद में हम लोग कल हम लोग सॉल्व करेंगे प्रॉब्लम इस पे. ठीक है?
Yes, sir. समझे.
So हाँ, okay. So step number 5. See, in this case, the right-hand crank web is critically loaded. Right-hand crank web is critically loaded because of the tangential component.
Screen is not visible.
Sorry?
Screen is not visible.
उसको पिन करो ना बेटा. मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया. सिर्फ उसको पिन करो.
You're not presenting anything.
अच्छा, not presenting anything.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so step number 5, right-hand crank web. See, this part, this right-hand crank web is critically loaded. Okay, because it is subjected to bending moment as well as the tangential component. Because of the radial and tangential component, it is subjected to what do you say? The direct stress as well as bending stress. Okay. So here, when you consider the forces acting to the left of this right-hand crank web, there are two forces, okay, in the form of action and reaction. So we understand that the right-hand crank web will be subjected to bending stress in the vertical and horizontal plane because of the radial component and tangential component, as well as it is subjected to direct compressive stress. Why? Because see this particular force PR, because ये net force है, ये R1V R2V तो उसका reaction था, okay, that will be half of that or that will be less than that. So PR is also going to cause the direct stress. In addition to direct stress because of the radial component, it is also subjected to torsional shear stress, okay, in the form of PT into R, right? So हम लोग क्या करेंगे? In order to understand this, we will consider a section which is very close to the junction here, somewhere here. We are going to consider a plane like this. That means when I consider the cross section of the crank web, I have considered it very close to the shaft of the diameter DS1, which I just found. Okay, and this is the center plane. This is the center plane. Let us find out the net bending moment about this particular point. Okay, see what I'm trying to show here in a simplified form. Between point 1 and 2, this shaft is supported, okay, and we have found the reaction R1V and R2V because of PR. Because of PT, there is R2H and R1H, and also this particular section is subjected to PT into R का torque. Okay, so when I'm considering the bending moment about this particular point, ये point number 2 के अंदर की तरफ है, okay, it is inside the point number 2. So let us say it is such a point here at this particular location. Okay, so if I am to find out this distance, okay, so if I am to find out the moment about this plane, this particular point, this distance is coming out to be B2 minus LC by 2 minus T by 2. Okay, because the total distance from the center plane to point number 2 is B2. If I need to find out this distance, if I need to find out this distance x, then this should be equal to b2 minus lc by 2 minus t by 2. Agree?
Yes, sir.
b2
Yes, sir.
minus lc by 2, ये lc जो है, it is up to this particular shaft. Then from there it is t by 2 half. Therefore x will become b2 minus lc by 2 minus t by 2. So this is the total distance. So this particular point, like the point is, मैं इस point पे moment चाहे इस section के left से मालूम करूं या फिर इसके right से मालूम करूं, it is one and the same. That is why I am using only one particular component, which is R2V times B2 minus LC by 2 minus T by 2. Agree?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In addition to that, if I let this web rotate free, then what will happen? It is going to be rotating about this particular axis, and because ये जो vertical force है R2V about this distance of x, it is going to cause rotation in this direction about the axis which is cutting the dimension t. That is why my z is equal to I by y. I will be equal to w t cube by 12 and y would be equal to t by 2. Hence z will be equal to w t square by 6. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So आपको bending moment मिल गया, आपको section modulus मालूम है. So what you can do, you can have sigma is equal to m by z. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Next. उसके बाद I'm finding, हाँ जी,
सर प्रीवियस स्लाइड दिखाई ना थोड़ा, इसके आगे वाली, सर इसके आगे वाली,
ये वाली, या फिर ये वाली.
हाँ सर ये,
देखो क्या देखना है. ठीक है, आगे चले.
यस सर.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is one point. ठीक है, तो this is the bending moment because of the vertical or the radial component. Done? ये हो गया. अभी आ जाइए यहां पर. अभी अच्छा एक बात सुनना, भंडारी की बुक में ये वाला रॉन्ग दिया हुआ है कॉन्सेप्ट. भंडारी की बुक में R1H, ये जो R2H इसको टॉर्क कंसीडर किया है, टॉर्क, ये जो कि रॉन्ग है. यहाँ पर टॉर्क कौन प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है? टॉर्क PT प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है, राइट, नॉट PR. ठीक है नहीं?
यस सर.
टॉर्क कौन प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है? PT, नॉट PR. तो यहाँ पर ये जो दिया हुआ है, ये फॉर्मूला रॉन्ग दिया हुआ है, इसीलिए यहाँ पर ये मिक्स कर दिया हुआ है. ये भी रॉन्ग है और ये वाला भी रॉन्ग दिया हुआ है. ये भी रॉन्ग दिया हुआ है. ओके, यहाँ पर क्या लिखा है? MBT is the bending moment due to tangential component at the junction. See, PT into R1 R minus ds by 2 is the torque, not the bending moment. Okay, so that is why after finding step number 1, let us go to step number 2 here. Step number 2, which is the bending moment due to horizontal force or due to horizontal reaction. ओके, इसका ट्रीटमेंट बिल्कुल वैसे ही रहेगा जैसे मैंने वर्टिकल के लिए किया था. अभी आप अगर इसको देखते हो R2H को, ओके, so it is going to be same. Okay, you are going to have this as R2H. This is the distance X. Okay, so you are going to have R2H, and this is the PT component. This is R1H.
सर ये फॉर्मूले में TC प्लस TC बाई 2 भी जाएगा ना? और सर वहाँ पे T/2 प्लस,
हाँ क्या बोल रहे हैं?
R1 इंटू H में वहाँ पे B1 प्लस TC/2 प्लस T/2 होगा ना?
इधर ना?
हाँ सर, वहाँ पे.
हाँ. By the way, R2H into B2 minus LC by 2 minus T by 2 would give you the horizontal moment. So once again the same concept. In this case, see here, when you consider the horizontal component, हेलो, एक काम करते हैं हम लोग.
Yes, sir.
We'll stop here. Okay, I'll redraw this diagram, and okay, I'll explain it again tomorrow because it is already 12:55. We'll stop here. We